All right, I'm gonna make another video now. Getting a little bit more used to talking to a camera and all that type stuff. I don't know if I'm getting any better at it, but I'm getting more used to it at least. Got a few thoughts, all that good stuff, and probably gonna forget half of what I wanted to say, but I was gonna start off maybe a little bit of background on me or whatever. But anyway, I'm a millennial. I don't know if that's really something to be proud of with most of my generation and how they act and everything. I'm 27, I'll be 28 this year. So, I don't know, fairly young, I guess. I watch a lot of preppers and things on YouTube that are probably older than I am. There may be some that are about the same age and everything, but again, like I said, being a millennial, I don't really like a lot of stuff that millennials are into. I don't guess they have the same goals or whatever you would say. And you know mainly what I'm talking about and all that kind of stuff. Everybody's seen them. How can you not? They're all over everywhere, whining and crying about this and that and all that kind of stuff. And for the most part, I think looking for a free handout. And there's a lot of people that really need help, and you know, I don't mind helping those ones that are disabled and you know, all that kind of stuff. And I'm not sure the right wording, but the ones that don't have the mental capacity, you know, that are not exactly right and they need help, and I understand that. But it's a whole lot of people that are, you know, like me, are fine, but they could work, but they just don't. Somebody's always taking care of them, the government or mama, daddy, or something like that, and they just haven't had to work. They feel entitled and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I'm not really good with words, as you can tell, but anyway, there are some that'll go to college and, you know, get education and go do, you know, good paying jobs, but not a lot of manual labor, and that's fine, you know, as long as you're working and doing something and contributing. And then you got ones that just, you know, won't do anything, or if they do, they won't do a very good job with it. They'll get a, you know, minimum wage job or something like that, and they'll quit because they don't make enough money, or the work's too hard, or this or that, or somebody there made them mad, or something like that, and then they'll go back home and live off unemployment or mom or daddy or something like that. And I just ain't never been like that, and I don't agree with it myself. I was homeschooled, and so I didn't really hang around a lot of people like that. I had, you know, a few friends and all that, but you know, one of my buddies I grew up with is actually doing really good now, and he's got his own business and all that. He's doing good, but there's a whole lot of them my age that don't do anything, and I've never understood that, or why anybody would want to live like that. And they wait for a handout, just like all this government stimulus check that they handed out. Of course, I got one. You can't send it back and all that kind of stuff, but I mean, they were looking forward to it. Yeah, man, send me some money. Send me some money. Looking for, you know, another stimulus check now and all that kind of stuff. And of course, that's not just millennials. It's a lot of older generation that's in the same boat. Yeah, send me some free money. Why not? Everybody else gets it. Well, there's a problem. When everybody gets free money, somebody's got to pay for it. And that comes out of the taxes of the ones that are working. And if you had more people actually working and less dependent on the government, taxes wouldn't have to be so high. But they still would be, because, of course, we've got to fund everything in the world, whether we want to or not, because some politician says so. But that's beside the point of this video, I guess. And getting back on topic, a lot of millennials my age, they have a different lifestyle and goals than I do. Most of them are still, drinking, partying. A lot are into drugs. Drugs are a real bad problem around my area. And of course, most of those that are on the drugs are not working, so the government's paying for that. But again, and I did have a spell of drinking a little bit, and it didn't go too well for me. So I learned pretty quick that wasn't for me, and give that up. But some of goals is things that I think are ridiculous. Of course, everybody wants to have $1 million and a luxurious lifestyle. They want, let's just say for the guys right now, for instance. I don't really know what women are into for that, but anyway, most guys, at least around here and things, millennials and all that, they want to be somebody. They want to be showboat, all that kind of stuff. They want a brand new truck or pretty close to it. And then that's not enough, man. You got to jack that thing up. You got to put some big old tires on it, a bunch of lights. I think you're kind of judged about how big your light bar is. So go figure, you got to have one of those. But then you got the ones that's going to jack the front up and let the back down, the Carolina lean or whatever you call it. And in my opinion, it just looks stupid. But anyway, got to have a nice ride. Got to have some nice clothes. All that kind of stuff. Get some brand name jeans and high dollar cowboy boots, or if that ain't your style, then you go for the Jordans and things like that. I don't really even know what jeans or pants are in style now, but I remember when I was a kid, the big thing was Jinko jeans. Everybody had to have a pair of them, and I ain't never cared for that. But I guess it's all on what you like. I usually wear Wranglers for jeans, stuff like that. And I usually wear these work pants here. Some companies get them. Uniform companies, the company that you work for supplies them through them and all that kind of stuff. But right here, we're small logging crew. We don't do that. So I just go to the work clothes store and buy them. And you can buy these pants for like $5 a piece. And that's with the big cargo pockets and everything. And, it does me fine. They're comfortable. They hold up pretty good, so we're good to go. I got a t-shirt on today, but I usually get those work shirts too. And they're like $2 or $3 a piece. And I mean, a lot of them, there ain't anything wrong with. They ain't ripped, they ain't, stuff like that. So you can still wear them, halfway decent place around town or something like that. They're not really church clothes, but I mean, you can have a whole pants and shirt set for like $10 or less. Where a lot of times jeans I see in the store is like $30 for one pair. Then not counting whatever type of shirt you wear and stuff like that. Especially if you get into the Gucci stuff or whatever. But anyway, like I said, not my style. I've always liked the older, simpler stuff. I kind of believe I was born in the wrong time. I like old bluegrass music. I like my guns. I don't care too much for all the crazy stuff. I would like to have a new truck, but there's lots of other things that I need to spend money on. I got a 2002 Chevrolet, and so far it's been holding up pretty good. So as long as it keeps running, I'll be good to go on that. It'll may not have all the fancy features, but it'll do what a new truck will do, as far as taking you here and there. I enjoy working. I enjoy learning new skills, challenging myself. When I started, like I said, I was homeschooled, and then I always worked around the house, farm stuff. We had cows and hay and tractors and all that kind of stuff. And then I went in the woods full time when I was 17, and been there ever since. Of course, I've done some other stuff on the side and all that kind of stuff, but I've had a actual job since I was 17, so 10 years now, and I don't plan on quitting anytime soon. Started running a skidder, then I moved up from there. After that, I went to driving a truck, and then when the guy running a cutter quit, I moved to the cutter, and I've been there for the last 5-6 years. And I've run a loader a little bit. Of course, I run a saw and all that, so anything needs doing out here, I know how to do it. I know how to work on and repair a lot of stuff. Of course, there's still a lot of stuff that I don't know nowadays with this new stuff, with all the computerized and electronics and stuff, but as far as simple stuff, mechanical stuff and hydraulic hoses and things like that, I know a lot of that. I learned how to weld. I'm not the best welder, but I make do. A lot of times it holds, sometimes it don't, and you gotta do it again, but that's just how it is. I don't have a full homestead, but working on one anyway. I enjoy raising my own food. I did that a few years ago, and then I kind of got away with it when we had newborn babies and things and all that kind of stuff going on. But I wish I'd have kept doing it where I have more stuff canned and put away, but hopefully I can get some more up this year. I had my garden was doing pretty good, but frost and boat killed everything right there now, so I'm gonna have to replant it when it warms back up. Sunday morning it was down to like 28 degrees, and it just bit everything. I got my potatoes and snaps and the corn, but they say that the corn will be all right and the potatoes will come back out and be all right, but we'll see. As far as other stuff though, it's gone. I enjoy raising my hogs. I've had them on a bunch of videos now, and I plan on this year when we kill them, we'll probably get the slaughterhouse to do that, as long as everything stays normal. And then hopefully I can make some videos when we bring the meat back and salt it down and put it in the salt box, and then when we get to smokehouse smoking it. I always was interested in stuff like that growing up. My dad, he's still alive, still here and everything, but when I was a kid, he taught me a whole lot about working and doing these things, and some of the old-fashioned stuff that it just ain't done no more, like smoking hog meat and stuff like that, and growing gardens and all that kind of stuff. I got me some chickens, and I enjoy that. You got eggs, possible meat birds, and I got 4 little baby chickens right now, growing pretty good. Hopefully can build my flock up enough to have some fresh meat birds every now and then, be a little closer to self-sufficient type of thing. And they're just, I don't know, it seems like a lot of people, don't care about that stuff anymore. They rather rely on the system and somebody else to do it and have a, easy life, don't get their hands dirty and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, that goes up from millennials all the way on up, to some older folks are like that. But that ain't the way I grew up. That ain't the way that I am. And I just don't understand it. But I try to live like I'm supposed to, as far as, treating people good, having respect for people, giving a good day's work, try to look out for my family and take care of them, all that kind of stuff. And really, I'm a Christian, but I'm not as good as I need to be. I don't spend near the time reading the Bible or praying that I should. Especially in these days, it's just easy to get wrapped around the axles with everything going on and working and all that kind of stuff. We've been working every day during the quarantine here, so you come work here and then come home and take care of all the garden and animals and homestead stuff and kids and get them fed and baths and into bed and all that. And then a lot of times just you just fall asleep. You just don't have the energy. But I need to work on that, get better with it. It's still no excuse. Like I said, you can find time to do anything if you actually do it. The time I spend making this video, I could be praying or reading. But anyway, just one of those random videos. I figure I'd stop and shoot it while I had some thoughts in my head, because usually they don't last long. And I'm sure I've already forgot half the stuff that I was planning on saying. But anyway, that's just kind of a little bit of background into me, I guess. I don't know if you're interested in it or not, but anyway, there it is. And that's about all I got for this one. See ya.